Hey guys, today we're going to review the Sand & Key LED work light. Now, full disclosure up front, they contacted me, wanted to know if they sent me a light, would I be willing to do a review. The very first thing I do is I go look at what they want to send and I figure out, is this something I would use or is this something my subscribers might want to use? And if that works out that and I'm thinking, yeah, that might be it, then my next thing is I go back to them and I tell them, yeah, I'd be interested in doing a review with your product if you want to send it to me, but be warned, I give honest reviews. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell them I don't like it. I figure that kind of weeds out the questionable stuff because, hey, no review is better than a bad review. So I figure I got better odds of getting something decent. And I will say, I like this. I like this light. First off, it's noted as a work light. Work light, blah, 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 splash, camping. Now, to me, it's more of a camping light than a work light. But I'm kind of getting the age I avoid work whenever possible. Sets up like a work light, works that way. I love taking it with me when I'm in the camper. Got a handle, you want to carry it around, you got a handle. Nice part also is it sets up, so if it is a work light, you can set it up. You have two-hand operation, that works out really well. Let's get into the LED part because this is important, especially for me. And the reason is, for over 30 years, I've been in sales for electrical products, mainly lighting products, bulbs, tubes, ballast fixtures, LEDs, all that kind of stuff. I've been selling that stuff for over 30 years. And LEDs are a little bit different than everything else. LEDs, you find dollar flashlights and you find $40 flashlights. You wonder what's the difference. The diodes in LEDs are almost all the same. There's a few little things you can do to them, but basically a diode is a diode. The key to an LED light, how much light do you get out of the fixture? How do they project the light? The high dollar flashlights spend a lot of money getting that light out of that fixture and to where you want it. The cheap ones don't. This one puts the light where you want it. Start out, you'll turn this thing on. You're going to have both lights. You're going to have a flood and a spotlight. All right. The off-on button, once you push it halfway in, it changes over. Now you just have a floodlight. The floodlight gives you a nice wide beam of light, covers a big area around where you're camping. You can set it at a table. It'll cover a big area, or if you're working, using it as a work light, covers a big area for that too. Push that button halfway again, you've now changed over to a spotlight. Now you have that tight beam of light that travels a far distance. If that's what you're after, you need a beam of light that covers a long way away. The spotlight's going to do that. So basically the light gives you three different settings. We can put it on both lights. We can put it on just the flood, just the spot, depending what you have. You can save a little battery if you're only using one or the other. A lot of times for me, it's not like I'm going to go days and days where I need this. So for me, general illumination, I just put them both on and get as much light as I can get out of them. Things I really like about this, especially for camping and it not just being a light. We got a USB charge in the back, so we can charge it back up. They give you a USB charging cord that comes with it. One thing I really like, let me see if I can get them to come on. See if you'll be able to see that or not. I'm blind myself, but you can see the three blue lights. Hopefully you'll see that on the camera. And that is your rate of charge. And that's one thing I like about it, because a lot of flashlights, work lights, whatever, you don't know how much charge you've got. How much time do you have left? With those three lights showing up, it tells you how much charge you have. As the lights reduce, you got less charge. So it gives you a good opportunity to keep track of how much charge you have or how much you can use. It's 30 watts, it's 3,000 lumens, and it is a bright light. It's got the lithium batteries, and the neat thing about it is with the USB charging, and here's why I see it more with a camping light than I do a work light, is I can now take, while out camping, let's plug my phone in. I'll take my phone, plug my phone into here, and use these to charge my phone. If you watch my fishing videos, you see I use a lot of GoPro cameras, just like I'm using right now. I use the GoPro Hero 3s, which have replaceable batteries. You put different batteries in, but the nice thing is I can take that camera, hook a cord to it, plug it into here, and now this can run my cameras. I do that a lot in my boat. I take my back camera, hook it to an external battery, and I never have to change the batteries on that camera all day long because the external battery covers it. This would work for me in my boat. If my battery runs out in the camera, I can plug it into this and still get by. Same thing, my phone, my tablet, whatever I got while I'm camping, this will work as a power source. And that's why for me, it's more of a camping light than a work light. Last winter, I did a review on a hand warmer. That hand warmer also works as a power source, and just last week when I was out in the boat, I used that power source to run the remote control for my cameras. So anytime I can get dual purpose out of something, that's a big plus for me, and this does that. This gives me a light, it gives me a really good light, and it gives me a backup power source at the same time. So I really like this. I give them an A. I don't have any problems with this thing. I think it's a great LED light. To me, as I said, because of selling LED lights, they can be really questionable. You got to be careful on those because sometimes they just don't project the light out. They don't give you a lot of light. This is not that way. This is going to give you plenty of light. I like it. And hey, I think it's worth the money. I'm going to leave a link down in the description if this thing interests you people at all. And if it interests you, there's a link down there where you can pick this up at Amazon to get, hey, about 27 bucks for this thing. So it's not a cheap light. Would I have spent 27 bucks before having this? I don't know. But now that I have it, yeah, it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I enjoy it. I'll be using it a lot. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.